Hi, my name's Aran from the Insight Group, and in this short video I just want to talk about Mark Carney's recent prediction that a Brexit No-Deal worst case could result in 30% house price drops. Okay, now what I want to talk about first within this is the fact that the newspapers have currently published the worst case. Where was the medium case for the no deal? Where was the best case for the no deal? Where was the worst, the medium and the best for if there was a deal? None of that's been shared. So the government, of course, have to plan for worst case. We want them to do that. They have a plan, by the way, for what if the country gets bombed tomorrow all over. They have a plan for what if a nuclear war breaks out around the world and the world gets destroyed. There are plans in place for these things, but we don't walk about worrying and making our day-to-day decisions based on those plans because they're not put forefront in our mind. So we shouldn't be making our plans with this forefront in our mind because it's a worst case scenario. Okay. What they haven't shared with you are some other things. So for example, they haven't shared with you in the Midlands and the North right now, the housing market for the last 2-3 years has been rising between 4 and 10% a year. Places like Birmingham up 7%, Nottingham similar, Leeds, Liverpool, Newcastle rising prices. And over the next couple of years, they're expected to rise 10 to 15%. What they haven't shared is, if you buy a house today and it goes up over the next 15 years while they sort Brexit out, it goes up over the next 2 years, 15%, and then once they've sorted Brexit out, it's not worst case, but it drops back 15%, it's still only dropped back to the price you bought it for today. And that's a bad case scenario. Okay? Equally, if it goes up that 15% and you didn't buy it because you were worried about this Brexit stuff, you've just lost out on £15,000. When you go to buy it, it's going to cost you £15,000 more. What they didn't share is if you buy a buy-to-let property and put a £25,000 deposit down and it goes up 15%, so it goes up £15,000, you've actually made a 60% return on your money. You invested $25,000, you got $15,000 of return from it. You're not getting that in the bank or in the stock market or anywhere else. What they didn't share is on top of that, you got cash flow. If you've bought the right property to the right rules and it's going up at £200 a month, that's $2,400 a year, times 2 years is $4,800. You've now got $20,000 of growth in just a couple of years for a $25,000 investment. Well, if it falls back down the market a little bit, we can cope with that. Okay, it's not a problem. Okay, and then we come to the social demographics. We've got a 1 million house shortfall already in the UK. 1 million house shortfall, okay? So not enough houses for the people that live here. We've got the demographics of the net migration and growth of the population is we have to build a town the size of Southampton every year to keep up with the increasing population we have. Size of Southampton, we're getting nowhere near it, so of course the shortfall's getting bigger, supply and demand pushes prices up. We've got a limited amount of land in the UK. So because there's a limited amount of land, the land becomes more valuable all the time, pushes prices up because the houses are sat on the land. Okay, 30 years ago, mum and dad lived together with family in one house. More and more, sadly, these days, mum's in one house, dad's in another house, kids go in between the two. The same family unit needs 2 houses, not 1. Less people per household pushes prices up. All of these things are pushing on the housing market. None of that's being shared in the newspaper articles and what you're seeing. So actually right now, currently, for the next couple of months, I think this is an awesome buying opportunity. And you might go, why the heck does he say that? Well, vendors who don't know this stuff I'm sharing with you, who have got their house up for sale and want to sell and move, are going to be worried. They're going to be panicking when they see this article that the market's going to be dropping, so they want to get rid more quickly. So guess what those vendors will do? They'll sell at a discounted price. They'll sell at a reduced price. It's a great time to be negotiating as a buyer to get the best price. As long as you make sure those properties you buy are in good areas, good solid areas for long-term asset growth and good solid areas for cash flow, as long as those two are at the table, if the market does drop a little bit, by the way, supply and demand, it's because more people are renting and less people are earning. If more people are renting, what does that do to rents? It pushes them up. So whilst you're holding this property for the long term, you're getting more rental profit, more returns, more money coming in cash flow, and when it's rising, you're getting your returns as the property rises. Over the last 85 years, it's gone up an average of 7.9% a year. That's going to continue to happen over the longer term. So what happens in the shorter term bumps is not important as long as you have cash flow and asset growth at the table at the same time. So I think this is a great buying opportunity for an investor, for you as an investor, to move your investing forward. Okay. What I'd like to do, hopefully that gives you a bit of a more balanced understanding of where we are in the investment journey for somebody thinking of property investing. What I'd like to do is give you a couple of free offers that will just help you to understand more about the property market. So we have my tax pack, normally sold for £97, 12 videos covering all the tax changes for a property investor, what's happened with them all, the fact that 90% of people aren't really affected, and those that are affected, it tells you what to do and how to make sure you're affected as little as possible. So that's normally £97. I'm going to give that to you for free, and I'd like to give you a free copy of my book, The Property Coach, best-selling book. We're now on the 4th edition of The Property Coach. It's for people with 1 to 10 properties, or 0 to 10 properties, should I say, and talks you through all the elements of property investing. And we've got a PDF version of that. I'd like to offer you that for free as well. So somewhere around this video, if you just click the link, we'll get that PDF version of my book and that tax back to you, and I hope that helps you on your property investing journey. My name's Aran Curry at Property Insight and the Insight Group. Invest with knowledge, invest with confidence, create financial freedom. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.